So we have the Buhari's administration spending and firing on all fronts. On one side, massive capital projects expenditure over the last 2 years, and every year the numbers keep rising. Last year it was 1.3 trillion naira. This for 2017, I beg your pardon, 1.5 trillion. For 2016, 1.3 trillion, and the government is moving above that, about 2 trillion and above for 2018 appropriations. Then on the other side, in recent times we haven't seen this much that the administration is spending on social investment programs. That speaks to those conditional cash transfers that the administration is looking to do. The various micro credit initiatives, some of them as low as 15,000 naira for folks at the bottom of the pyramid. And then they have to carry monthly 5,000 stipend for those who are unemployed and those who are said to be indigent. And so at the last count, the Buhari's administration has about 7 or 8 different programs that it has put out there to cushion the effect of the state of the economy. In the middle of that, you find the industries, manufacturing, and you heard that with the last guest here in the studio talking about the PMI, how weak consumer demand is right now, the interest rate regime. FX is available to manufacturers, but credit is very hard. Banks aren't lending. Then you have AMCON crying over nearly 6 trillion naira of unpaid debt. Or put all of this in a basket, and you have what they call a cocktail of an economy that is struggling as we speak. Michael Adeleye is a management consultant and is live here in the studios this morning to unpack a bit of this for us and give us his views on how we could do a few things differently. Good morning. It's good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Let's start from the administration came in 2015 with all the backlog of economy that was growing at the top on paper, as it were, but is not trickling down what you call financial inclusion. And over time, we've seen an increase in unemployment. We've seen the economy in recession. Now, the Buhari's administration is trying to balance the books, as it were, trying to make, to invest in infrastructure that will take a year, 2, 3, maybe 5 to realize. On the other hand, there is hunger in the underbelly of the man on the street. How difficult is this tightrope that you think the administration is walking?
Thank you very much, and good morning. I think the question is, how do they get here? When the administration came in 2015, then a year after, we went to recession. And a year after that, in 2017, we've been told that we're out of recession. Now, when the government actually interjects and begins to invest in infrastructure, the economy think, okay, that's going to put more money into the economy and it's going to circulate. But unfortunately, it's not doing what is expected to do. So now the line of the people in the country who are very hungry is now increasing day after day. Now, the people that go to banks to borrow money can't pay back because of the double-digit interest rates, which is ridiculous. You have the micro economy can't even afford to actually put their business right and make profits because the earning potential of every citizen, or majority of the citizen, is going down. Unemployment is on the increase. Now, eventually, the government begins to put in money intervention, social intervention, paying 5,000 naira, 15,000 naira. Now, I wouldn't know who gave them that idea of giving out, doling out money for the less privileged in the society, where we're supposed to be investing money into something that will bring and cushion back the economy in many factors, which we're going to discuss.
Give the administration some credit.
Yeah.
You will need this long-term infrastructure.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Of course we do.
So that's a plus, isn't it?
It is a plus.
Yes, it is a plus.
But don't forget, when you put infrastructure in the economy and there is no food on the table for the masses, it doesn't match up.
Oh, good.
People are going to complain.
Yes, so we've got 1.5 trillion in infrastructure. If we add that to the previous year, we're looking at something in the region of 3 trillion already. If we add to it 2018, that will be massive. But again, there's a need to try and put something in the hands of the people,
yeah,
or something in their mouth.
Yeah.
Therefore, so social investment program is not entirely new to this administration. We had Shorpy under the last administration, which was created
and
out of and you win. The Shorpy in particular was to put a bit of the excess of the crude oil money, and put it in some form of non-cash, as it were, which was buy buses, do a few things for the people, call them cheap mass transit or whatever. Of course, today we know that billions and billions of this went down the drain under some state governments. So this is not new, but what this administration seems to be doing, it seems to be about, let's give cash into people's hands. I want to feel the money.
Let's come back to the drawing table. Now the question is, must you invest in something that doesn't bring anything back? You don't do that. Look, you start giving money into people's hands to start to spend, like a national cake, and it's not giving you any economic value back to the economy.
But people need money to spend. They don't have money. They need money.
Okay. Now, let's work this out. I'm not employed. You give me 5,000 naira every month. Of what significance, economic significance is that going to do to me or add value to my life? What can 5,000 naira purchase in this economy of today? It can't. So when
maybe you go watch a movie.
A
movie ticket about 2,000.
Right.
So you can watch about two movies, some popcorn, and some soft drink. That's a 5,000.
That's ridiculous.
If that's what you want.
Well, of course. Okay, let's go into entertainment. Gone are the days that we used to have people that go to the movie, eat popcorn, drinks, burger, and everything, when the economy was buoyant. Now, if you give me 5,000 naira, I can't even go to the movie anymore because a movie costs me 2,000. By the time I go 2,000, buy popcorn, buy everything, the money is finished. And don't forget that 5,000 is for a month.
They are doing discounts. You can watch a movie for 500 naira. No, I'm trying to help you
without solve my immediate problem as an undergraduate who's looking for employment. It's not going to look. Let's forget about the last administration have something in place which is called the You-Win program, whereby they actually have people going to employer being trained, because I was part of the stakeholder who actually encouraged and advised and said, let's do it this way. But it failed because they failed to actually plug in what they're supposed to do.
You advise